What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, what? I was wrong either way. We're gonna be continuing our Let's Build Finding Frankie and Margaret. It's up to number 13, and we're apparently live, except I just said no, thanks. What? Hold on, let me pull it. Okay, are we fine? Is it like okay? Are we here and real? It's having a panic attack over here. Okay, I think it's fine now. Okay, yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened, but it's Frankie, episode 13. Hi, Chris. It, like... Hello, Parker. Hello, Yellow Whale. It showed offline for a sec. I've never seen that before. That was weird, because usually it'll just show, like, you know, like nothing but a loading, like the loading symbol, but it just went stream offline. That was strange. So last episode we pretty much finished this room. There's a couple minor things we have to do, but it's, like, pretty much done. Secrets of the Machine? No, not Secrets of the Machine. I left him. Hello, Harris. So, yeah, I think it's just a couple of things with this portion, and maybe lighting if it exists. I don't know if lighting exists in this room. Hello, Lexi. Yeah, I don't really think there's much else to finish, and then we can maybe start doing this room with the non-existent windows. Let me find the video clip. Where is it? I always cannot find it. There it is. Frankie is so bright. Hold on. There's one thing I'm noticing over here. Okay, I do have it. I was trying to make sure I had the blood. My bad, Rez. Also, hi. I am definitely gonna ruin it again, though. It's... I think fairly certain. So there's a thingy knocked over here. I'm gonna use slabs for it. I was gonna use trapdoors, but... like slabs would make the most sense. And it's kind of just like that, and then there's a thingy here. Like that. I guess I should trapdoor the back of it, huh? Maybe, maybe not. I haven't been, apparently. Okay, I did for that way. Does it even make a difference? No, not really. Little Caesars Remastered. Yeah, I guess there isn't one, huh? It's one that definitely needs it. Let me text your playtime co-interior. If you're talking about chapter 1, yes, since the first one I did. Toro 1? Oh, no. Or, yes? Interior would be chapter 1, so yes? This is one of the reasons I, like, didn't want to do this. This is why I ended the last stream, because, like, the big thing I had was the pixel art on the floor here, and I'm just not feeling it. I'll try. I might just make it two-tone, because it's... I don't want to go with another blonde. I could actually go, like... There's a bunch of reds I could use. Yeah, like that. That works. Those 3. Hi, Nathan. So the brightest one... I'm actually going to remove this for a sec. What I am going to do is I'm going to do this. So I know where it is, but... so it's not in my way. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am, for the most part, been working on funny stuff that I can't disclose, because that would be spoiling. Really? This isn't gonna look good. I'm saying that now, just so you guys are prepared and aware. It's not supposed to look good, though. It's just supposed to do the thing. Which is be pixel art. You're not actually late, Nathan. I, like, pretty much just started. Hmm. Challenge impossible. Not for you, Lefty, but just like in general, you know? I mean, maybe for you, I don't know. Let's get another block in here. For some just horrifying, yeah, I don't know what this is. But, like, I can't be bothered to do anything better than that, so. Thank you, Lexu. Am I saying that right, Lexu? You is throwing me off. Hello, Beaks. I'm doing alright. How are you? Oh. That's funny, actually. Okay, there's a Frankie up here. There's the Frankening. It's good? Okay, cool. I don't want to embarrass myself or you, you know? Good luck, Nathan. Make a friend's not that bad. Surely. This, like... This reminds me of, like, a porcelain doll for some reason. It's got, like, that... Just, like, look to it. What color are his pants? I can't see. I have a good shot of it, right? But I also... It's... Oh, what if when I turn back around, maybe it'll be better. He's floating? Oh! Half of his body is blocked by a frigging sign that he's holding, so I can't see, like, anything. You could always do both, Harris. Support both and just have them next to each other or something, or in, I don't know, opposite places. Because I feel like they look fairly different, right? Do playtime collectors or yet? I'll announce when I'm closer to it. You'll get a teaser or something. I won't be ready for a bit though because I'm trying to get to Batum first, and that's kind of the like big thing right now. But once Batum is done, it shouldn't be too long after that. But I don't want to confirm, or I don't want to say that and be like, yeah, no, it'll be next week or whatever. It won't be next week. But like, I don't want to give you any sort of timetable because I know I'm gonna end up being wrong if I do, and then that just causes other issues. So. Gonna say the thing again, just do be a little bit patient with it. And you'll get it when I'm ready. Hello, Horrorthon. I have not seen the Minecraft movie yet, no. Good, different idea for Hell Neighborworld. Go on, Peaks. Make a Friend is definitely not the worst room in the game. I'll say that much for free. That... What would that go to, actually? What would I, like, pick as the one room that I'm like, yeah, that one made me cry? I don't even think it was Pit Room. Pit Room was pretty bad, but, like, I don't think that's been the worst. That is so goofy looking, but it's kind of cute, so I'm gonna leave it. He has ears, doesn't he? Like, okay, I know he has ears, but aren't they, like, on this? Too scared of Steve? Valid. I'd be scared of Jack Black, too. Pit Room is definitely, I think, on the list, but, like... I feel like there's something I've built that's worse in it. This is not supposed to look like a face. It does, but it's not supposed to. Hello, Animating Melon. No, built alpha 0.5. Think about doing the pre-alpha house remastered. Yeah, you could. Pre-alpha's a nice one. It'd be, I think, a cool idea as well, Beaks, to take that and, like, try to give it some color so it's not all just blue. Game Station might be the actual worst so far. Game Station was pretty bad. Water Treatment was surprisingly another one that I struggled with. I think you'll see why in the tutorial. Wait, is that a... Oh my god, he's in a bumper car! Oh, that's what's going on. That's kind of cute. It does have a face, actually. I think. I'm not really sure. It looks like it does. Yeah, he's a little... Oh yeah, it does have a face. He's in a little bumper car. That is adorable. 10 out of 10, Frankie. Playcare is not one I'm looking forward to if I get that far. Like... Just because, yeah, look at the thing. Good news and bad news. Good news, you have to build HN2 house and then you're done with your build. I don't know why I read that as baldy. Bad news, you're too lazy with the Aqua Playhouse. Aqua Playhouse isn't too bad. You can honestly just, like, do 5 minutes of it a day. Chapter 2, it's a game station. Pet Room would be the worst of Chapter 1. I think overall so far out of what I've made, I feel like it's Game Station. What is the Krabby Patty secret formula? Wasn't the, like, theory that it was crab meat? Yellow, green, pink's not even blue. Tiny little lizard? You could. I was thinking, like, Alpha 1 or, like, Act 3 colors. Like, the primary colors, you know? I want a third one. It's a dumb idea, but you're gonna have to hear me out for a second here. And on this side, I'm gonna do like 1, 2, 3. Because they're a little bit broken, it looks like. Yeah, they are. Except they actually go out. So I'm gonna pull you out a block like that. And then maybe I'll just invert you. Ah, my wall. How hard does the outside of the playtime go? Definitely up there on the list of difficulty for builds. It wasn't the hardest thing that I've made, but it was pretty difficult just to get the proportions and everything right. And also coming up with the back and sides and the texturing. Oh, the texturing was awful. Patrick from SpongeBob. Like a statue or Patrick's house? Hello, Freddy. Number 1 hardest I've made. I gotta think about that. Security breach is up there. Security breach is unnecessarily hard. Are they gonna have like singular buildings? Act 3. Or height limit. But like out of anything LN2, any day. LN2 challenged me the most, but LN2 was, I think, a good, like, not even just as a project. I'm saying, like, for my building, because it ended up getting me used to, not the texturing necessarily, but it got me used to working with weird shapes and curves and stuff. And then the next logical step I took after that to, you know, make my building better was texturing. So it worked out pretty nicely with the timing. Which, you know, I have no complaints, really. I do wish as a series it did better because, you know, with how much I poured into it, but still, I can't really complain. Because I definitely think it's a big part as to why some of the more recent projects have turned out even remotely good. Why am I building? That's a really good question. I like... That's a little too philosophical for me, I think, to answer. Statue? SpongeBob statues would be fun. I've thought about doing them a couple times. I wouldn't say it's easy, Lefty. I mean, it depends on how you do it. Getting the... I mean, once you get it positioned right with the other rooms that you have, then it's not terrible. But some of the sections are pretty rough. So the old Nickelodeon Studios, does it? Hello, Dribble. Hello, Vincent. Except playtime goes logo isn't a foot. Baldi, I don't think Baldi will be that hard. It's a smaller build and it's not insanely detailed, so I don't really see that as being insanely difficult. Didn't pause. I saw a question. The most fun thing to build. I honestly think Poppy Playtime. I mean, LN2 is another one. Like, I have to throw that out there again because I enjoyed making LN2 a ton. But there's something about Poppy Playtime, at least Chapter 2. Chapter 1 was okay, I guess. It wasn't, like, insane. And Chapter 2 was fun. I had a good time building most of it, and it was one of the few things I genuinely, like, had the urge to build a lot of the time. Yeah, but getting the curves right is difficult. And I think that goes for most things, like... You can say, yeah, it's easy enough, but I think to perfect it is definitely another step. Not to say I have, I mean, you know, it's not what I'm implying, I'm just... You have trouble with looping things? It'll be fine, surely. Worst case, if you need teleporters, you need teleporters, like, it doesn't matter. On chapter 3, thank you, Vincent. Can I make all these floors smooth sandstone? What did I use for the floor? I don't remember. What did I use? Suspicious sand is one I remember throwing in. Just as like a what if. I don't think it will. What did it might have been like right terracotta. I kind of want to check. I think it was raw iron actually. Are those clouds as lights? Wait, that's actually really cool. It's like here. Anyway, I can make them light up even if I do this. Other than light blocks. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I mean, I could go... like a lantern on top. I have built a lot in this game, I think, so, you know, you do kind of eventually get to a point where you can definitely build things just by looking at them better. It's a lot of practice, though. That looks fine. Hello, FJH. It wasn't inaccurate, but yeah, it was definitely a little bit small. I agree, animating them. Well, some parts were inaccurate, but it wasn't like the worst out of the originals I made, which is why it took so long. Willy's Wonderland? I'll think about it. I don't really want to start any like new projects right now. Kind of in like a lull between projects. Am I missing a door? Oh, no, it's this. Never mind. I'm not missing it. It's just I just wasn't looking or I wasn't seeing it. Okay, I feel like that's most of everything. There is like a star on the wall over here. How do I even... I know, that is, I think, the big thing, but, you know, other than that, it wasn't horrible. But yeah, I do realize that, I did make it, in fact. Outside of the obvious, though, that you point out. I'm saying exterior-wise. Is that the only... Is there just, like, one star and then clouds? Am I seeing this right? Sometimes it's better if I don't ask. I think you have to push a little bit, like Lexu, with what you're kind of, I guess, trying. Like, you know, just play with blocks, play with different combos, and you'll you may have a lot of points where you're frustrated and looking at something like this just looks awful, but I mean, eventually you'll hit a point to where you kind of know, okay, that's not what to do, right? And just even if you weighing out some of the bad designs, you'll eventually have some good things that you can take out of it. It's not really easy to just get the game and start building, you know? It takes a lot of practice and trying of things, trial and error. A good example here, so, not for Hockey Stadium Let's Build, but I had made hockey stadiums before that one in some other worlds. I can't show them because they're on, I think they're on PS, like, or Xbox, maybe. I might be able to show one of them because I feel like there is one on PS5, but when I originally made them, how I made the stadium in City, like, curved on the corners, I guess, I ended up not doing that. The first one I made was just like a diagonal, a one diagonal, and you know, at the time I was like, hell yeah. And then I look back at it now and I'm like, what was I thinking? And the one that I made after, I remember like just playing around for like 15 minutes trying to get the curve to look right. And eventually I did. It just, you know, it took a while. It wasn't particularly easy. So I guess my point in all of that is, you know, especially with some of the weird shapes, you're gonna have to try and just play around for a while. I still do sometimes. The barn roofs on the new Playtime code, that took me like 10 or 15 minutes as well just to get it look right. Alpha 3 is the hardest. Alpha 3 is the hardest out of the ones I've made, I agree. Alpha 4 might be another one that is difficult. What made Alpha 3 weird, other than the cloth room, is like the roofs didn't make sense. That was one thing when I was building it too, that I was like, why? Just none of them are logical in any way. There's no reasonable shaping to them. It's just like, if somebody just took like 4 wooden boards and just like pushed them all down at once and just see how they collide. And then maybe also remove physics from the equation so they clip through each other. Like, it just, it was bad. Something. The only one I always like throw at first as a game suggestion build is FNAF. FNAF is an easy one to kind of ease you into doing, especially if you're specifically focused on video game type of builds or building other games in Minecraft. FNAF is a good first one. Hello, Evil God. Yes, I do. I've actually found, to, I guess, Nathan's point, I found concretes and terracottas, it's funny as I'm using concrete right now, don't really work a lot of the time. I'll use them on city builds and stuff, but when I'm doing something like Poppy Playtime where I'm texturing a lot, they don't work. You could maybe use them a little bit, like, I will use them, but like light gray concrete, and white concrete especially, you'll like never see them show up because I'm using smooth quartz instead of white, I'm using stone instead of light gray, and for gray I'm usually using mud. Just because they're a little bit more difficult to texture with those concretes involved, and they look too smooth on the rest of everything. That is kind of one minor thing, is don't necessarily stray away from concretes entirely, but don't be afraid to use different blocks. And I usually use smooth quartz anyway. I think smooth quartz looks better than white concrete. And same with stone over light gray. Except for like modern houses. Modern houses are a weird exception, but also they're kind of supposed to be clean. When I'm mentioning like Poppy Playtime with this, that's not supposed to be clean. Doing FNAF movie feature and FNAF 6 to combine them together. That'd be interesting to see how that would work. FNAF 1 or a different. I'd start FNAF 1. Or 3. You could do 3. Because 3 I think is the smallest map. Other than 4, but 4 is weird. Yeah, it's like you can't really focus on your building and be like, man, I suck. I gotta improve. You gotta kind of look at one thing. Like, for me at first, it was really the shaping and just getting things proportionately right. And that was kind of the main thing with, as I mentioned, LN2. To where after building that for so long, you could tell there were a bunch of times that I changed designs in that map, But I'm not gonna say that was a stupid thing because, well, you know, you live and you learn, right? And you change those things and you make them better, and then you can kind of use that knowledge for something later. And then after that, you focus on a different aspect, whether that be just the way you style or texturing or whatever, block choice, colors. There's a lot of things you could definitely, I think, screw up. It's not like it's one thing that makes you suddenly a magically great builder. You just gotta be patient with it and take your time. There's a sign. Do I have that sign? I think I don't want to delete the video. No phone. Is your own FNAF? Nice. I want to do another FNAF custom. About collab was legendary. I don't really particularly care for it, but I can understand why people like it. Hello, FNAF fan. Should I select you? This one, Beaks, the one I'm in right now. This is it's Deputy Duck's parkour course in Frankie. I forget what it's actually called. That's not the name of it, but it's something like that. Okay, now there's, I think, 2 things left in this room mainly. Ceiling is one. There's triangles up there. I honestly might just go with some like odd patterns for this. Let me see. There's a row of lights there and a row of lights there. So it seems like it's 2 off either side. I'm gonna go 3 off, so they're a little bit more in. And I'm gonna just like start there. And if I go across and break the other 3rd one in, how many do I have between? Because I could, if there's an odd number, I might. I think that is an odd number, yeah. I could add a 3rd row. Is that centered? Wait, there is no center? What? Oh no, this isn't centered. Never mind. That's what, okay, that's what's happening. Yeah, I think I avoid that then because that is a really weird combo of things. What are like 5 squares maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go 6. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be there. And I'm going to leave that one open so it's darker back here. Right? One more might not hurt because I kind of wanted to be in front of him. But also, like, I'll figure that out in a second. I'll just go with that far. Yeah, exactly. Like, I wouldn't look at what I'm building right now and be like, oh, I could never reach that building level, because that's not going to really help you. That's just going to make you a little bit more pessimistic about what you're doing. It's not necessarily about whether you're better or worse than somebody. It's more so about if you're satisfied with your own product. And as long as you are, then it doesn't matter how good it looks. Ruin would be after I'm far enough into SP to where I'm confident that I can... Because, okay, I'm not far enough in SP, basically, just at all, to even, like, think about it. I need to... I want basically the main sections done, because you start with other than the main lobby, you start with Monty Golf, and I don't have Monty Golf done. So I would just use them anyway, because of the shaping and stuff is the same. I would have to obviously absolutely tear them apart, but... I think it'd be easier to start with them. It would also be interesting to see how they... Like, I'm curious as to how they actually combine... Or not combine, but how they line up in Ruin. I would say look at a picture, Alexu. Also, yeah, for those who are repeating questions, ask it once, twice maximum. If I don't read it, unfortunate, but there's a lot going on in chat, and I can't read every message, so just be patient with it. Mods, again, I will say this for whomever is here mod-wise. If you do see a message get sent more than, like, twice, you do have the will to time them out for as long as you want. I really don't care. Because I also won't read everything out loud even if I see it. Because, yeah, I have enough other stuff to read and or say. So I just have a bit of understanding. You might be the only mod, Nathan, actually. Don't with your rant so you can pay attention. Brilliant. Okay, so do I have another look at the ceiling? I think I'm just gonna, like, note what I can see on the ceiling, and then from there I'm gonna just, like, build, pretty much. Like, I'm not gonna make it perfect. Okay, so I know there's those. Why is there a circle? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, whatever. The vents. These are gonna be weird. Character just busy. Oh, yeah, I forgot you had showed up. But you're good, Chris. Oh, I didn't consider that. Okay. Really? How do I do these? Could do that and then have like dark oak on the underside or something. Then replace the tile with stone. I don't really like the dark oak trapdoors, but I think that's an okay look in general. How about iron? Would iron be better? Iron might be better. How about just like buttons or something? Take inspiration on my right hand here because you is the outside from you, so I have to make it fit. Nice, nice. You could just use the old chapter 1. I know it's not the same as the new one I have, but the proportions will work either way because I didn't change the walls, so if I did that would have been annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Hence why I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then again the tiles will be stone. So I know there's 2, and I'm gonna say like right here and right here. And those are the 2 that are getting willingly sacrificed. Make your own map? I see, I see. Yeah, those and like the entrance you'll probably need the same for sure. And the rest you could probably work with. That's not what I said, Nathan. I said it inverted. The old interior fits the new exterior. Smiling critter statues. I did do smiling critter statues. They should be in the statues playlist. Have fun finding it. Actually, I think a statue releases today, so it shouldn't be too hard to find because I would have added that statue in when I scheduled yesterday. I think you'll like the statue today, for those of you who are interested. Should be a fun one. Unfortunately, I got sidetracked after them, but... So I haven't recorded more than... I think I recorded 2 of the series, and then I just stopped. Thank you, Nathan. Wow, it actually sent! That's crazy! It's not Poppy playtime, by the way. There will be a death of my fingers, I agree. Especially if I texture it like I did Playtime Co exterior, but I plan on not, but like I say that and I know that won't end up being true. I want to make the chapter 4 characters, yeah. SB? No. Already released those, silly goose. But I do plan on making chapter 4 statues eventually. Yeah, I almost started earlier making one and then I just didn't. I was like, I'll do it later and then I just never did. Hello, Bioxy, I want to say, or Bioxy? I don't know. But thank you, thank you. All the ones that I have, yeah. For player house or neighbor house? Neighbor house, no. Player house, I don't remember. Which one is the alpha for? Is it the one with no interior? Because if I think I've made all the player houses. Because I made the one I know with no interior, and I also made the one with the apartment interior, which I think are the only two, like alpha beta ones. Okay, well, chapter 3 wouldn't be a tutorial, at least for a long time. Like, I guess, I don't want to say long like that, because it makes it sound like it'd be like 15 years. It, just really all I am saying with that is, I wouldn't, whoopsies, that's actually fine. I wouldn't, I would finish the entire map before I'd even think about doing a tutorial. Right? Because I don't want to hit myself with the, oh, you want this, should I make this a tutorial? And then, like, realize halfway through the map when I'm already started the tutorial, like, this is just too much. Don't it be hard to turn into a tutorial? It sucks, but it wasn't the worst. One with no interiors left before. Okay, that's what I thought. First video you watched was Pocket Playtime tutorial. Epic. You should know, Nathan, because I've sent them in the Discord. I've sent all of them, I think. It's one of the two that I haven't started yet. And it's one I actually care about more. Well, I don't want to word it that way, but it's the one I'm more interested in releasing. Breath of Promo Art House tutorial. I don't think that we'll ever get a tutorial because I didn't actually make the one in Revived, and I don't mean to say it looks bad, but it doesn't look great. I had to be like, oh yeah, you made this thing? Cool, it sucks. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time, it's not something that is worth a tutorial in my eyes. Not even for members. Sorry, members. Balloon. It wasn't recently, no. Oh, Play Care? Yeah, no thanks. Are you talking about exterior, Lefty? Just so we're clear, I don't think you made it interior, but, like, I could be misinformed again. It just dawned on you. Yeah, his exterior is something. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, my one complaint with his... If I had to say something, my one complaint would be his, what's it called? The fact that he made a small one. Or a smaller one. I really don't feel like that was something he needed. Like, his original was already kind of small, to be honest. That is such a horrible triangle. That's fine, surely. We gotta get to 3 before I think about 4, so, you know. Ah, yes, chapter 100 tutorial, my favorite. That's better. What is that one called? Isosceles or something? I think that's the thin one, actually. Is that this room done? I don't think so, but I also think so at the same time. Why can I... You don't know how to record audio without a mic. I'm crazy. You like that, Nathan? Get Discord! Get Discord! I can do member shout out. Thank you too. Rachel, Georgie Bros, Dreamy, Metro Shulker, Tiffany, Max, Horvathon, Scribbledon, RN Gaming, no way. John, Chris, Trip, Nate, Rose, Bloodkiller, Vid Awesome, The Blueberry, Paz, Will, Howard, OMS Gaming, and Michael Marquise for being our like 22 members. I think it was 20 last time if I remember, and we added 2. So thanks everyone. Maybe the extreme needs more elements on the left. Yeah, you're definitely a member, Nathan, 100%. Doughy boss throw it in Minecraft. I'm looking forward to seeing Piano make that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna make an executive decision here. There's a Deputy Duck art that's about here, but I'm not going to make it because there's windows there and I want to have the windows. But they're only visible from the one side, which is not this side, so... Either way, I need to sacrifice something. What am I looking at? I'm just gonna make what I'm seeing and hope that it's somewhat accurate, because I don't know what I'm looking at, to be honest. There's like 2 brown boxes over here. That's so cringe when I fan. Monster Doughy should be interesting. But I gotta do Yarnaby first. Yarnaby, I think, is my first Chapter 4 statue I'm making, other than the ones that have already released, obviously. There's Yarnaby, there's Pianosaurus, there's the Doctor, kinda. I guess the Doctor's minions more so. There's Poppy I still haven't done. And obviously Doughy, yeah, both versions of Doughy. And I could do like Scout in them. Which Scout is Boogiebot. Where is RN? That's a good question. Did include Powerbox for Act 1 Player House. The guy also made that when I was like out of the Hello Neighbor loop a little bit. So there's probably some things I could have definitely done better. Mine's definitely Yarnaby Beaks. I love Yarnaby. Do you wanna be my friend? There's a ceiling fan. Is there just one ceiling fan? Is that just it? Just a one? Oh no, there's one back there too. There's a couple. How do I make those? They're like weird. I don't even want to make... You know what? Just pretend there wasn't ceiling fans, guys. I'm going to pretend I missed them and didn't see them. Even though there's stream evidence, I know that they're there. Yes. Yes, Nathan. There's a good chance I what? I don't know, evil god. Are you talking about if you're talking about chapter 1, I recorded all of that like in a short span of time, so like you'll definitely probably be able to tell in some of the parts that I'm just exhausted, and I like just spammed it. It was just a little bit much, to be honest. I don't know why this is so compact. It's weird. I'm not used to it being like this. Every map is just like... You go 3,000 blocks in one direction and then like... make a right turn and they go another 1,500. That's crazy, Nathan. I'm gonna send you Yarnaby after... I don't know animating Mel. After a while, it kind of just goes, you know? What do Batman and Frankie look like horror toy games? They kind of do, actually. One thing I have noticed about Frankie is even though there's a lot of like blood in it, it isn't particularly as like dark as I'd like. I don't blame you, Nathan. That just defeated the entire purpose of that spacing, didn't it? Yeah, it's fine. I'll move the bottom one then. And replace it with black carpet so there is still a little bit of a pinstripe. And I'll go in another block with this, which just means I gotta do this here. Finally getting out of that room, purgatory. Chapters. I disagree. I think it was fine the length that it was. Hi, Moby. I know it isn't Hello Neighbor. I'm so sorry. I failed you. Hello, G. Tired. We really need to finish pit room. Honestly, average Minecrafter problems. Yeah, Poppy Playtime is in this map. Why? Why do you ask? It's like this. Okay, it's this, Indigo Park, Poppy Playtime, Ban, Badum, Baldy. That's crazy, Moby. It is always funny to see people in my chat that like that. I guess other people in the chat know, like if, you know, Piano when he joined yesterday, a lot of people knew him. And same with you, Moby. That's a good one. Yeah. We're not trying to find Poppy, guys. We're trying to find Frankie. God, I can't believe you'd messed that up, honestly. Not extend. You know what? I'll show it, whatever. Boink. I won't show it in detail, but here's Baldy. I'm sitting on it for now because I want to make the basement, which I actually found a 3D model of it. Thank God whoever made that. Hell yeah, you know? Because I work so much with 3D models with these kinds of builds. And so, you know, because Baldi isn't particularly... It's not highly detailed enough to where I have to worry about looking at it myself, and the rooms are small enough to where I can just use a model. And yeah, the model is... I think it might even just be straight from the game. I'm not sure, but... Hello, Diet. Where's the tutorial? Did you hear what I literally just said? We're flying through. Screw this. See you later, FNAF fan. Show Bendy. Bendy, I am keeping secret. Also, you've already seen it enough times, Chris. Relax. It'll be soon. It'll be soon, I swear. I'm hoping next week. For the tour. But I'll never tell you because it'll just appear. Yeah, that's the website I use too, Nathan. A lot of people, like, there's so many models on there. Nathan was late to knowing this was in the same world as Poppy Playtime, so... I also use it for statues, yeah. I originally just, like, for the first set of Poppy Playtime, I just used whatever images I could find and then kind of inferenced the rest, but the models have been helpful to not do that. Yeah, I do have an Alpha 4. I'm trying to think if I can show it. I just would have to hide my screen, because again, secrets. Not in Revived. I think I'm just where we were in the last Twitch stream. It's not particularly high effort, I will warn you of that. Let me get back here first, and then I can show it, I guess. Take a little break from finding hell. Okay. Bloink. These are from Twitch stream. I was making these off memory. Alpha 1 I absolutely scuffed, but these two look fairly decent. I don't know the coordinates for it, so I'll have to go through the lobby. There it is. It exists. It's existed for a while. It wasn't long after I did Act 3 that I did this. But again, it just hasn't really been shown at all because I haven't had the wherewithal to record a tutorial on it. I just hit it because I have a couple worlds in there that I think that will reveal something if you notice, but it's ugly because colors. You're ugly because colors. But anyway, yeah, here it is. It's not the worst, but yeah, it definitely is a little bit ugly. And here is the aforementioned Alpha 4 player house. This has a tutorial. Again, did you hear what I just said, Animating Melon? Did you hear what I just said? But yeah. What the hell is this? Just a hole. Yeah, like, see? I don't know if this is supposed to be here or if it's just me doing things, but regardless, it's there and I'm keeping it there. You are deaf, yeah. I knew somebody was gonna take it like that, and of course it'd be you, Chris. I like the second I said it, I was like, yeah, that's getting taken out of context. Anyway, yeah. The other reason I haven't done this yet is so with Alpha 3 and Act 3, it was just making them. But with this, it would be an Act 3 transfer, or at least probably, and what do you guys think of that actually as like a tutorial? Because I've kind of battled with myself between whether or not I'd want to do it from scratch, or whether or not I'd want to take Act 3 and transform it into Alpha 4, because that would be the easier option, obviously. But at the same time, like, it's still a lot of changing to do. Any other hunter browsers? Probably, but... Yellow's on the right, so... I'm back again. Yes, that is updated, Nathan. I keep that updated. Pretty much, it's the second members get video... I'll show the exterior for playtime code just to fuel the fire right now. Because I do have something going on over here. It's not much, but I have this little section sticking out. I didn't really do a ton. But still, there's a lot going on, and I didn't want to add another billion sections. Because I think that was the last set I did. I think I did the VAC first. We're going to be released. As of right now, I have no plan. Because I have... This is, like, pretty much priority number 2 right now. I have Batum, which is number 1. I have the rest of Chapter 2, which is up there as well, but I'm not really putting them on the list because it is periodic regardless. I have... What else do I have? Secret Neighbor. I have Baldy coming up. I have Indigo Park. Like, it'll get a time eventually. It's just, it's not convenient right now. I'm gonna go close the door. See you later, evil god. Thank you, Lexu. I'm not, again, I will fly too. I'll break out and go around. I always want to go left because the map goes that well. Look at the cube down there. If it is in that playlist that Nathan just sent, it will stay members only. It is a members only specific tutorial. If it is not in that playlist and you see it as members only, it is early access. Don't forget you'll have Alpha 2 Basement coming soon as well. Except that's after, it's after part 30 of chapter 2 that'll start. Look where those terracottas go. They're there still. They're right there. They were just more underwear. I think that's a sign I'm losing my mind. Anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming, hopefully. I don't know, though. Like, I'm debating removing the city builds for a bit of time. Especially as we get closer to Spirit coming back for me. Like, it's just going to be easier to record those because I don't have enough city builds right now. Hey, Nathan, just as a reminder, that's just through musical memory. Whack-a-Wuggy adds, I think, 4 to that, so it's 34 right now. But, statues will, or it's 5, it's I think 5, it's like 4 or 5. I think it's, no, it is 5, because I recorded 221. Statues and, like, the end will probably double that number of 35, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna be, like, 70. I want more than just 1, I think, T-Jock. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think 1 is saving me at this point. I'm going insane! Okay, well, I don't need these carpets here anymore. Oh yeah, because I wanted to make this blocks, and then I got distracted by you guys. Yeah, chapter 1 has 10 parts. But, keep in mind, the chapter 1 parts are pretty much all longer. Like, the longest is 2 hours for that, and the longest for... Probably the shortest was... I think the shortest was 25 minutes. But the longest of chapter 2 is 50 right now. Platonic cuddles is crazy. Going insane. It's fine, surely. I'll survive. I'm going insane! That one, you mean? Is that the one you didn't want me to do again? Preferred less parts, longer parts? I agree and disagree. Now, the reason I agree is because it does give me more content, but I also disagree because... Or it makes me do more content for the same amount of videos. It makes the parts shorter, right? Rather than having 70 parts, it'd be 50 or whatever. But the reason I disagree is because... With chapter, or with, like, these builds, with how much time I have to spend on them, that is the wrong side. It makes it better for me to have to make, essentially, however many odd parts when I'm getting the same amount of content, or for the same build, to make more parts because of how long it takes me to build them. So it gives me more, I think, time between things that I have to do, and it gives me a little bit more breaks, and they're easier to record. More content equals more money? Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, like, it depends on how you split it up, right? Because I could absolutely use that same slot for a different game build project that could be getting views. Indigo Park is the one that's kind of just sitting there crying and waiting for me to do something with it. But it'll get its spotlight eventually, I swear. I'm not abandoning Indigo Park. It just, I don't have the spot for it right now. Say there. What are you, like 7? Hey, that's pretty good, because that means the walls are there, which is past what I have. But then I have to, like, go into chapter 1. It's nice to have both going, though, Lefty, because it means you can switch between them. Hello, Joe. 8-minute video is crazy. Garden Band 2. Once 0 is done, and once Batum is fully released, I'll consider it. But I'm not really there for it right now, Paula. But maybe. She's a spectator? Still, I don't want to. Because I gotta like fly back here. I'll show it in a minute. Let me get a room done at least. Can you handle that long at least? Is that longer than 5? Yes, it looks like 7. Should be there. Yeah, but except that's not the updated bit room. We have a tour. There's a tour. Go watch the tour. I think the tour. No, the tour doesn't show a screenshot. Or does it? It might have. Minecraft Ninjago and Pokemon cards. There's Minecraft cards? I didn't know that. You could honestly, if you're willing, I know this is like such a cringe move. Obviously you could keep them, but like you could look up some of them and see if any of them are worth anything to sell. Nathan, where have you been? Did it not? I thought it did. Did I show an image of any of the rooms? Because I felt like I put in one, unless I just forgot. And you're not sending it to me, T-Jock? What the hell? I want to be kept in the loop of Indigo News. I hate half the wall art in this game because it's like faint. What if I just used a painting? Like, who would stop me in theory? Sick. That's what I'm going with. Yes, I do, T-Jock. I would love to be kept into the indigo.loop. I don't know why I'm saying that. Paintbrush? Okay. I don't hate the idea for a paintbrush. However, I would rather that be an add-on. And here's my reason, right? I've talked about this before because we've had a lot of people suggest things like that. Not necessarily paintbrush specifically, but suggest things to the game that, for me, would, I think, kind of break what the game is. I think what makes Minecraft, for me, obviously, maybe all of you won't agree here, what makes it fun to build is it's not easy. You're not just looking at something and being like, okay, yeah, I'll build this out of it. You have to actually challenge yourself with it. And I think something like a paintbrush would kind of defeat that challenge. Again, I think that's cool for a mod idea, absolutely. I just don't really think putting that in the base game would be good for the nature of the game and how they've tried to keep it. And they're saying, yippee. I thought I showed one screenshot. Thank you, Nathan. I could be wrong again, I might not have, but I felt like I put in one. Especially when I already answered, too. That's kind of the thing. It's like 5 off the wall, and as you can see, that's a little bit more than 5. I could push those in. What is this number? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. So I need 6 off. Bendy news? Don't care. I'm just kidding. 8. If I push you forward 1, each of you forward 1 would give me 7. I'll push this wall in 1 to give me 6, and I can live with that. I should make a game news chat for you to send this stuff into. Honestly. Would you, like, actually use it if I added one, T-Jock? Actually, the tour looks like a nice birthday gift. So true. I want to make custom exteriors for things like Ban and this. Now, a full one for Indigo would be cool. So conflict with the double jump room area is spruce wood or crimson planks. Yeah, exactly. You're holding out on us, T-Jock, for 30 minutes. You would, nice. Give you more purpose is crazy. You have enough, T-Jock. You have plenty. So 30 minutes too long. See, exactly. Nathan gets it. I also, if I have no objections to this, I think today's Twitch will be another solo repo because I really want to continue that run I was on yesterday. Because I'm itching to get that 13 strength, man. You don't understand. I need it in my veins. Do the repo. Do the cha-cha slap. It's another art over here, but it's like just literally, I literally cannot see it. So I'm gonna make it out of yellow wool, because yellow wool on concrete is like basically invisible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whatever. Okay. Wake up. I'm gonna crawl on the vending machine. Are we awake? We're awake. We're awake. Wake up. Okay. No, stop, please! I was so close to finishing that. Why is my mouse stuck? There we go. Do, do, do. Nice. Surely. Surely. Okay, it's fine. Can you at least hear this, Chris, so I can respond to that? Because I do have an answer for you. What? That's not very nice. Okay. What makes me angry? Taxes. So, yes, Chris, kind of. You can fill the file with structure voids, which means it won't replace... Or, how is it? I think it's if you... If you have a structure void like here, it won't... Is it in the file, or is it, where you place it on the ground? I want to say it's in the file when you have structure voids. It won't replace whatever block is there. So essentially, if let's say I had, let's say I wanted to put this somewhere, right? And I needed to like have this space or something, or like I'll use this as my example. I could do this, and like let's say I had blocks here, they wouldn't actually replace. Only the quartz would place. Right, something go walls. There's kind of the redstone torch thing you can do. I do like that idea more though, for like a general thing. Oh my god! I'm gonna cry. Yeah, calm down, Rez. What the hell? Hold on, wait. There was an arrow, wasn't there? I swear there was an arrow. Can I put emojis on a sign? Oh my god, I didn't know you could do that. Huh, that's fun. Yeah, no, I figured, Chris. Try meanie head is crazy. Wait, hold on. So this sparks my curiosity. Huh. It's just like the arrow works, but the rest I don't know why it does the VS thing. That's kind of weird. Hey, what's your language? Okay, now you're just saying words to describe yourself. Chris. Forgot your name for a second. Sign Conquer looks better. I love the diamonds down there. That's why I love building in creative. It's just funny to use whatever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want. I won't tell you what it was in, not that it matters, but I earlier textured something with freaking bedrock. It was with the cobbled deep set. I like textured. It was like basalt, bedrock, gray concrete powder. It was like a crazy combo of blocks. Hello, Oyun? I want to say I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. I'll look at it after stream, DJ, because I have Discord closed. It's right there in bright blue. Yeah, it is, but I can't read. Any more? Sure, go for it. Welcome back, Yellow Whale. How? No, it wasn't your fault, Yellow Whale. I didn't just like read your message and start getting severe back pain. That wasn't what I mean. It was what happened, but not as a result of you. I don't know why that concept is so funny to me. Just like reading somebody's message and immediately like going into, like, I don't even know. Got me excited for more. Yippee! I feel like what I should do, hear me out. What I should do is I should release the Indigo Park tutorial once the game is... See you later, Animating Melon. Once, like, we have an official announcement, like, trailer or something for Chapter 2. Big brand. Although, knowing me, we'll probably be sitting on it for, like, a year. Because of that. Does that matter if that's 4 or should it be 5? I don't know. That actually is a big problem that I don't know. That's a door. Okay, so what is after this? No, it doesn't matter because it's a vent. You're good, you're good. Beaks, don't worry about it. Just like try to not sometimes. Jesus Christ, Chris. I should make a video on how like why structure voids are useful. Like, or how do you use them with structure blocks? Yeah, exactly. See? Hello, Georgie Bros. Just finished watching the movie. What'd you think of it? Yeah, sure. I'll get right on that, Chris. There was amazing. So many different references. That is good to hear. I've heard a lot of like both sides of it. People not liking it and people liking it. So yeah. Hopefully I'll like it. The section beyond this door is a section I don't want to make. Also, I am leaving the bottom open intentionally. True, but like... Probably watching it with my sister. I'm not sure yet. It's the plan. Yes, it will have parts yellow oil. I was going to originally do it all in one, but I quickly realized, no, right? Just no. That it'd be better off to do it in parts because of how big it is. I don't think so, no. I don't think so, but I was just informed she wanted to watch it. I was like, okay, sure, I'll watch it with her. Gonna build pre-alpha house, doing custom interior. Nice. And an Act 1 basement. Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. You should, when Alpha 2 basement comes out, you should replace the hallway at the end of the Act 1 basement, the, like, weird one with the wooden walls, with the Alpha 2 basement. Basically, yeah, you make the entire structure block file except for the blocks you want structure voids, and then in theory it should keep everything else. Maybe she'll start playing? True. Be funny, actually. You have to export it? No. I just said file because I just say file. Okay, yeah, no, that's just like a me thing. Just ignore that part. Do as normal. Do as normal. File was just the word I decided to use. So many colors. I don't like colors. Gross. Get a sister appearance from Minecraft streams. Imagine though. It'd be funny. This one is yellow. Just sister streams. Let's let her take over the channel. Easy. No, I'd make you guys do that. I would just watch. Might be able to finish this area. Hell yeah. I have 40 minutes too, so I sure hope I can. Hold on, I'm moving this blanket. It's at a chimney? If there's a spot for one, I'd say yes. But I don't know if there's really a good spot on pre-alpha. I remember this like on the left side. That one roof that, like on the actual left side that slants to the right. It's on like the middle, I think. Or just behind the garage. That one might work. Okay, yes, that's true. But it's okay, because I'm not a survival player. Bring puppets? Oh my god. Depends what time I end. Because there's a hockey game at 6 today, not 7. So, if I have time before then I will, but... If I look at the other one, will the other one image tutorial? If you're talking about the old exterior, no, you don't need that one. That one has 0 implications. It's also like half the size. It's bigger than half, but you get the point at least. Huh, these walls are like ice, but they're also not this bright. Put carpet on this so you can actually jump over. When is you're changing all of the annoying stuff in the way? First configures TV and tape chains. I would probably... What I would do, Chris, is structure block that corner, or save the file, and then reload it just somewhere random, and then essentially remove everything around it, and then replace it with structure voids, everything, and then, except for the wall, obviously, and then save that file, and then just load it on the corners. And don't mess up, of course, because that would be pretty bad. It's kind of hard to do because you still barely understand. Brilliant. Yeah, you'll do just fine. My other word of advice here would be make a copy before you do any of that. That'll definitely be helpful. Because then if you do mess up, then, you know, just a simple reloaded the file. Would a painting make more sense? That's not a painting. Yeah, I could use that one. That one's kind of wasting. And then I'll never get it again in my life. That's good. And then I get it back-to-back times. Okay. 2 to 7. I don't know right now. Tutorials is kind of more of a question, but they might just be one that kind of periodically I'll make every once in a while. But the only thing is, I noticed this when I was making Zero especially. I don't have the like interest in building Ban as much as I do with a game like Poppy Playtime. So like it's difficult to get into it for me. And I don't want to like commit to a tutorial or to commit to building all of them because of that, you know? Hello, Freddy World. Can't wait for Easter. Easter is soon, isn't it? Sure gotta put out Christmas, or Easter decorations, not Christmas. I honestly might just not, to be honest. I'm just not really feeling it. It's like a lot of extra work for, at this point, like a week. What's the time? Playtime! Like, looks so smooth. I don't know, and I don't like it either. That's it, unsmooth zero concrete. Jack Alex said Chicken Jockey the Crow and one just sat there watching. Yeah, I've seen a lot about it just going crazy. If I remember, Rez, if I remember. I doubt I will. What is it at 7:30? I won't be streaming by then, so. Chicken Jockey. Still don't understand why that's so funny to people. I might go blue, actually. We're in Ban 0. We're busy on the Poppy Playtime too. Yeah, there's a lot. Y'all are getting a bunch of stuff over there. Hey, good news. Before you're done finishing that, you'll be getting Bata. Depending on how quick you do it, obviously. It's a silly line, but it's not funny. If that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't lose my mind over some guy saying, Chicken Jockey, I don't know. I definitely wouldn't throw popcorn at somebody over it. I mean, I would, but more so to get them to shut the hell up. I might use wool here so it contrasts more, because light blue wool is so bright. Literally looking at the heavens. That somehow contrasted less. That's impressive. Moving on then, I'll just use concrete. Now this guy's jail cell's in his, like, room. Who are you imprisoning, and why are you imprisoning them? I guess it's just the way he says it. I don't know. Probably won't pay off it tomorrow, some things you don't know. Understandable. See you later, Beaks. I'll go across here, I think. It's funny, like what man was saying the other day, like me when I throw an ender or like a rock at somebody's face and yell ender pearl, like that's funny, but generally the way it's been laughed at isn't particularly funny. There's a light in there. My character, which color would I do? Either green or blue. Green because it's kind of become the identity, at least with the channel, and I don't know, I just like the color blue. Like dark blue, specifically. Everyone's saying, but you did say with the crown. That's fair, that's fair. It's one thing that's quite interesting about just in general how we are as a society. Like memes nowadays are so much more, I say unhinged, but I mean that more in like a what the hell am I reading type of unhinged rather than like dark humor unhinged. Greatest jail cell ever. I can just whoop right through. Yeah, it's the final area I have on the recording of that I have. So once I do this, I can't do any more, which is why I'm like, I'm gonna finish this room before the 2-hour mark. Can I show anything? Can I do anything? I don't want to show Badum still. The one repo thing that's going around, the guy singing the song, like that is not really funny to me. It was funny to see the first time, but like the amount of times I've seen that reposted is insane. I've seen that more than any other clip from like anything, and it's, I don't know, it's not that funny to me. Use your home, you live in a jail cell. That has some implication, doesn't it, T-Jock? That has some sort of an implication that you're with something you're implying there. Somebody's in this one. That's hilarious. It's a it's a hotline cutout. Foreshadowing. Oh my god! Wait, that's crazy foreshadowing. It's gonna make him an armor stand rather than a cutout. Actually, I've been making the cutouts armor stands anyway, so. He works all red, doesn't he? Okay, that wasn't what I thought you were implying by that, T-Jack. He has black shoes, I think. Yeah. Bad Chris, bad baby. Let me in! There we go. I want to take a bath. Okay, anyway. Custom Gardner Band kindergarten like school. Interesting idea. I've thought about doing... What would you guys think of me doing a custom Mascot horror game build? Because I've thought about that and that'd be fun. Be sick. Hopefully it would be. Can't really guarantee that one, but you know. I need to like form something in my mind before I would officially do something like that, though. You know, I kind of want a mental image. Because they're the same thing. They're really not the same thing. I mean, I get what you're implying, but still, they're not the same. That's it. We're going ban mode. Dark Prismarine time. Woo! Why? It looks terrible, but whatever. No, but you do have a point, Nathan. You do have a point. I am gonna side with you on this one. That one wasn't the worst, but sometimes it's like, alright, man. Hello, professional Jukerson. No, I do remember that. The movie King of the Kings, nice. Sounds like a fun time, probably. It's okay, we're all a little unhinged. That's why they're intrusive. You keep them in. Because the P is their logo. You gotta emphasize the logo, you know? Going to Ban series. How do I say this lightly? I don't wanna insult it too hard. I am not a fan of Ban though. I think the story isn't the worst, but like it isn't anything new, and just it feels like it's missing a layer of effort, especially with the way the like look of it is. And I've mentioned it here with this game, like it's very plasticky looking, but Ban does not have good lighting even. And that's one of the like big things for a Mascot horror game that I want to see is good lighting and graphics, and Ban just doesn't have that. I've honestly found it as I've played them to be more enjoyable to make fun of rather than to actually play. I know that's kind of mean, but like at the same time, there comes a point to where you have to earn me actually liking your game, and Ban just, I don't know, it just isn't quite what I like out of a game. But I also don't think playing them for 8 hours straight for the first time was really helpful for that opinion, you know? Like, I think if I would have gone the normal approach and played them as they released rather than all of them consecutively, maybe my opinion would be a little bit different. But, you know. Treat the MC movie like that? Oh, I plan to, yes. Ban and the Big 25. They did, in fact, release a game this year, so true. And there's like 2 more that have been announced, I think. The next full one, and then I know there's the like spin-off that got a demo, I want to say. That was like literally immediately after Zero. It was like a day later or something. Ramamba? What is Ramamba? I am not familiar with that. Boink, boink, boink. Sure. Yeah, I suppose so, T-Jock. I think that would make sense. Ah, that's the wrong thing. Kinda looks like a sandwich. Oh, the worm dude from Ban. Oh, yeah. True. How would you do that? I actually didn't even know that thing had a name, I'm gonna be honest. Hello, Monica. Thank you, thank you. Yummy. What are you eating? Shish kebab? Is that how it's spelled? Surely not. Surely you spelled that wrong, right? I don't know how it's spelled, but... Surely that's wrong. Monomon? You mean the Hollow Knight dreamer? It took me like 15 business days, but I got there. I'm gonna, that's always fun to have literally no space. What could I do? I could push that all back. What would I push back, though? Everything? I have to move the desk back forward, I think. No, actually, no, I wouldn't. What the hell, Chris? Okay, I'm gonna have to delete some stuff because of the positioning of that, but that's fine. It should be obvious. Yeah, here. What? Oh, right. He's he's been punctured. Call an ambulance. Oh my god. Ah, that was interesting. Favorite childhood show? From what I remember, SpongeBob, but I know I allegedly was a fan of Backyardigans before I got into SpongeBob, but SpongeBob was like the big one I remember. It's not supposed to look like a face. Everything I make looks like a face. Like, without fail. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, Lord. Okay. There's a clock there. There's a poster back there, actually. It's just like right here. Wait, I need to put it there, right? Yeah. And then there's some mugs on the desk, which I'm actually gonna make out of candles because they're white. I'll go 2 and 3, maybe, to make it uneven. I think I watched Curious George a little bit also, not like much. It was one of the ones I was like familiar with as a cartoon, but I didn't like go out of my way to watch it, you know? True, he a goofy guy. Oh, it's a camera. I was like, what am I looking at on the floor? Where is the duck? I don't know what the duck is. I don't think it's the camera I'm looking. I'm gonna make it a conduit. Post factory tour is gonna be time wasting but amazing build to do. Yeah, that checks out. I feel like that kind of sums up Minecraft a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, should be a fun one. Have fun texturing it if you do. That's not something that is necessarily mandatory for, but obviously it makes it look leagues better. But oh my god, it takes forever. Room. This is the prison room. It's a room where you get pecked in the face by Mr. Deputy Duck himself. Alright, this is a really, really weird example for this particular room, but imagine you go up to like some celebrity and you're like, oh my god, I'm such a big fan, and they start pecking you in the face like a bird. Like, how would you guys feel if that happened? That might go on the list for one of the most unhinged things I've said. I never watched Odd Squad. Can confirm. Next session, thanks. I won't. I'm not looking forward to that one. That's like the one section now I'm like, no, please. Please, no. It should be fine. It should be fine, surely. I'm gonna see if I can find a map online. I doubt there is one, but... I guess Big Bird would do that. Yes, pretty much. Not bricks, block. And I literally can't see lights. My video is so blurry for some reason. Even though it shouldn't be. It's a lot, that's all I know. Oh, one block center? It does not. That's fine. It really is a 2-block center both ways? Are you, it's very unfortunate, actually. That's fine. I can live with that. And I'll actually do it throughout the whole thing. There'll be more lights than I want, but... Hey, wait, it's a generic pattern. Crazy. Welcome back, Lefty. Hello, Ender. Nah, I think it's you, Nathan. I think that's a user error right there. It's going fantastic, Ender. I finished everything I can do, I think, though. Unless I'm missing something in this room, but I don't think I am. Where does Mr. Duck come from? I'll never find out, I guess. The Factorium. Welcome back, evil god. Very epic. I don't want to end yet. We're not at the 2-hour mark. Hello, Fake. Ah, good to see you. Is there anything in this map I could show? I could show Badham. I could fuel Chris's fire and show Badham. Wah. Could always build Baldy. I could just V-chat. It's a great idea. I do still have the Baldy thing pinned. I was wondering if I unpinned it, even though I still needed a room from it. I'll show Bendy. I'll fuel the fire and show a bit of it. Here it is. This should be sooner than you probably think. It's not like tomorrow, but you know, it's fairly soon. Bendy in the cake machine, you know it. That's why I came here. That's what I was promised. That looks like that's one of those like optical illusions people do with the block in the corner. Listen to Discord. Yes, sir. I don't feel like going down there. It's a lot of extra work. Ah, I'm stuck. Plot twist, it's tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. The tour will probably be like a week, like the week that it starts, I think. But that depends how far I get this week with the recording of it. Because I think tomorrow I want to do refresh Walmart interior recording, because that's just daunting and in my face. This guy's here. Thank you, Fake. I Chris of course laughed at me. He didn't really laugh at me, but when I made that room, because I used birch obviously for the ink machine, because I wanted to stand out a little bit more, and Chris was like, "Oh, yeah, the thing, giant floating thing in the center of the room, you want it to stick out more." I was like, "Yeah, but still." It is something that, again, I found fun about this project, is like, obviously it's all one color, but how do I work with that while also still trying to spice it up a little bit, right? Like, make something like this just stand out a little bit more. Yup, I think I have everything. I have the... There's a... Down here... I guess I'll show it. An area... If you beat the entire game hitless, this will open, and then... You know, you can go wee, and this leads into like a black and white version of the game rather than a piss and black. Hidden room and employee break room? Maybe? Oh yeah, that one, okay. I was like, I think that's the one, but I don't know. Thank you, fake. You say that you have to do secret visions? Oh, that's so much work. Wait, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, I didn't show down. Do I spectator through the floor or break through the floor? I'll just break through, whatever. Whee! Ow. Here's all this. I tried to make it so it was like drained, but the ink on the floor was obviously still there. Which, a little bit annoying to try to get accurate, but whatever. I think it was like 20 hours of building or something, if even. It was like 10 to 20, I think. It wasn't a ton, but it was, you know, a solid amount. I mean, yeah. Like, I tried to just make it a little bit more interesting, and then boom, that's where it ends. Maybe I'll start this someday. But, yeah, decent size. Nothing insane, but... So much more details over. It's fully done because you made it. Yeah, that checks out, but... So excited for the cage. Should be interesting. I'm not crazy in like the bendy mood right now for the new games, but once I guess we start getting closer to when they release, maybe I'll be more excited. Yeah, not a like huge map, but still decently sized. Here's all the blocks I threw out here to use. I might have added one or two, yeah, because I know we used birch and stuff. But here were the original ones. I also used composters somewhere. That was weird. It's right here, actually. You can see it, yeah. Poison the Benny mood? Yeah, that checks out. I don't think there's anything else I can really show. Because Indigo Park isn't changed. Obviously, Ban's already been shown. Poppy Playtime hasn't changed. I just showed that. Really, the only other thing would be Indigo, but... Nah, I can show it for a minute. Is the debug menu? No, I don't. Because I have the games on console when I'm building them, so I don't have access to anything like that, for the most part. Generally, I still don't, even if I have them on PC, just because I've just not had or figured out how to get mods to work. I was trying to for Chapter 2 of Poppy Playtime, but I just never could get them for some reason. I couldn't find anything. Jay, so true. Yeah, but with Bendy, I literally just had the game open the whole time. So, like, by the end, I think my save was like 12 hours. I think that was the time. I forget. But, yeah. And with these, like, Indigo Park, like Poppy Playtime, the ones that I have on PC instead, I take videos of the game of me just going through them, and then I rewatch those videos and build it from that. It's definitely easier than using other videos to make your own, because you can, you know, look at the walls and the ceiling and stuff. But still, there are definitely some things you may or may not miss. But yeah, I've never... The only time I did use debug was Hello Neighbor Alpha 2. I know I did. For Basement, for Neighbor underscore 3. Maybe for Alpha 2 itself, I don't remember. But I know I did for the new player house. But yeah, because that one has it built in, obviously. I've never installed anything for it. Just no debug will be challenging with later Bedtime chapters. Yeah, probably, but I'll worry about that when I get there, honestly. This one was especially hard when I was doing the remake in certain areas because instead of taking a video, I took screenshots, and you know how that generally goes. That was pretty horrendous to try to use, but it still worked in the long run. Because I had most of the map anyway, so it was just screenshots of things that I had changed, although that wasn't, in points, entire rooms, which kind of sucked. Honestly, there's a chance this gets remastered again after the tutorial, just because it depends on how I build Chapter 2 of it. Benny Chapter 3 isn't that bad, it's just a lot. Didn't have trouble until 4 and 5. That's fair. But I mean, like, I guess my case is I built Chapter 2 without any sort of debug or anything, so surely it won't be that challenging, right? As opposed, or compared to that. Harder access areas, kind of just hope and pray, honestly. Just, like, get that perspective and just, you know, say a couple prayers. Maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't, honestly. I love how this turned out, especially the flag. Ignore the giant freaking golden iron grid. That was because I had to structure block this entire thing with a rotation from one world into another. So I used that just to help me make sure I didn't mess up, which I didn't, which was nice. But there's the flag. Huh, I never filled that in. That's interesting. Testing your innovation. At some point, yes, I will. If I know what better means, good job. What does your chapter 2 go? You can build my bottom? Hell yeah, very nice. I don't want to, I guess my other, like, concern is I don't want to start chapter 2 right now because I have a couple, like, big things I'm trying to work towards. And I know if I just throw chapter 2 in there, it's going to be way too many. But it'll be nice to be able to transition, or I guess transfer between them. That's something I do like with having more than one big project at once, is you don't have to focus on just one, right? You can build a little bit of one and then switch to another just to keep it fresh. But that does also mean project goes slow, or progress goes slower from this. Actually, let's start, or whoopsie, is the command block back here? No, okay, good. I was wondering if I like forgot to remove it. Because that'd have been funny if you press the button and just get teleported to somewhere random. I think it would teleport you to Frankie. But below Frankie, you wouldn't be in the map. I hated doing this area in the remake. This sucked. I'll probably just end after this. To be honest. I'd show him on a Twitch, just, I don't know, I don't want it on a YouTube, respectfully. Ah, yeah, you remember this, right, Nathan? This was so fun and enjoyable. I'm gonna hate doing this for a tutorial, to be honest. Although, what did I do recently? With, like, the tubes like that. There was something... Oh, I guess it was the vents in Poppy Playtime is what I'm thinking of. Chapter 2 have any vents like that, though? No, I don't think so. Wouldn't either. Valid. Wee. I don't feel... I think I might have should both. I might not have. I forget. Also, I think most of you are in the Discord, but I should have something fun coming up there. A little bit of a, I don't want to say collab because that kind of is misleading, but a little bit of an event kind of thing involving a map in this world that, you all will be able to have a little bit of a piece of contribution into. So, yeah. I plan to announce that soon. It's not really a huge thing, but it is still cool nonetheless, and it's something I don't think I've ever done. I'll stream on Twitch again because it better than the slideshow of HN. That's valid. Yeah, I do know you are in pianos, but I do have one. Link is pinned, I think, and also is in the description of the streams. If you would like to join. Still hate that I use white concrete here. I really should have changed this when I was updating it, but, whatever. Don't know what to do on it that isn't Poppy Playtime. Don't have that many games on PC. It's like play one and go with it, you know? You could also stream on console. You have PlayStation, don't you? You had one, yes sir. There's also the where is it? I think it's above. Yeah, it's just like floating up in the heavens up here. I have the bloody version of this room that I originally had teleport you. Which is fun. I haven't used it in this map yet because I don't really want to worry about... Because I can't teleport it, essentially, and I'd have to do a structure block thing, but I don't want to do a structure block thing because then every time you'd walk through or anything, it would update. So I just kind of didn't... Oh my god, there's so many buttons! What the hell? Because your PS in your living room? Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, you could just go muted, even, and do it that way. Ow, my face. Into a door. But yeah, this is a fun map to make. I like this one. It's hard to find maps that you enjoy making sometimes, but yeah, you can see that from here. But this is one of them that I did enjoy. Absolutely. Because it's different. Mini LN2? I've thought about it. That'd be like a Dirt City thing, but I just have to revive Dirt City first. But yeah. That was fun. Nice to take a break from building and just show some stuff, you know? Yeah, that was normal. Because I don't get to do that every often. I guess I'll run through this really quick again, even though I already did run through it earlier. But I'll actually show everything this time. I love this room, how you just, like, immediately, when I started this, it was like, here you go, have one of the biggest rooms in the map. Like, thanks, guys. So, yeah, I'm gonna end once I get to the end of this. But I'll show this real quick. It's been one I've been kind of 50-50 on. It's not horrendous to make, but it's also not... I think this one's blocked off, yeah. It's not also fun, like the funnest thing in the world to make. I'm kind of been mixed on it. It's just not something I can work on for very long. Which is why it's been very slow progress, other than on streams. But even with on streams, you can... I'm sure you can tell at points. I just, like, don't feel like building it. You mean for, like, corruption, Lefty? I export the worlds every once in a while. Like, I'll copy them, obviously, literally every time I work on them. But I'll also export them onto a USB drive. Like, every month or so. Gold room, true. Thing one, thing two, things. Why is that so true? Oh yeah, that's why you make 1 billion copies, though. I have... Really everything is in, like, 3. It's this, it's FNAF, and it's, Revived. I just feel like it makes sense to have everything in one rather than to upload, like, a single map each time. Especially if I'm uploading them to Planet Minecraft, just to keep everything in the same area. Because especially if I'm, like, in a situation like this, I could just kind of show them all, you know? Like, if I want to show a progress update on something I've been working on, then I can. I don't really have to leave the world, except for, like, Revived, but when I was showing off a 4. But that's kind of different anyway. I hated these areas. These made my hands hurt. Meep meep. Meep 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 meep. I feel like one thing generally stands out as the big project in these worlds, though. Like, this one, it's Poppy Playtime, obviously, and in FNAF, it's... Security breach. I don't know why. It's, like, shut down. System reset. And in Revived, I guess it's HN2 right now, but Revived is kind of weird. This room is cool. Other than the pattern of the walls, I hated. What? Huh? What did I hit something? Or like I got a double jump. That was so weird. Where did that come from? Pizza. And then here's where we are, except I do have to show this little path. Again, this isn't the greatest thing I've ever made, but I don't hate it. I do think Poppy Playtime and some other maps are valued higher as far as how good they are. Why is it sometimes when you're moving backwards in the air, the game stops me? I've noticed that. I don't know what causes that. I've had it happen a bunch, though. But I'll play Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 for the first time. Have fun. I like Chapter 2. It's fun. I think 3 might be the best. Well, I like playing 4 the most, but I think 3 is the best. Just like overall. There's so much, way too much dialogue in 4. Like, just shut up, please. Let me play my game in peace. Anyway. Yeah, that area is not going to be fun, because that leads into the, like, I'll call them the dark rooms. The area with hotline pursuing and you have to run around. That'll be a nightmare to make, but hopefully I'll be able to find a map or something, or make one myself. But yeah. Thank you all so much if you guys did enjoy this video. If 3 on download, 4 is no on console at the moment, though. Oh yeah, that's true. Hopefully they get it out soon for the console players. Text her before or after. I text her after, Chris. Anyway, yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, my emoji has been robbed from me. Cold-blooded. Peace.